Hi, everybody.
Hi. Here we are, day 3 of Creation Vacation Bible School, learning about day 4 of creation. So why don't we review our sign language for in the beginning. So remember, we have in is like a little pouch. You're going to go in the beginning. That's like a key. God, and then created. And heaven is like stairs, heaven, and the earth. So you're just taking your middle finger and your thumb, and you have a flat ground, and then you're just shaking it like you're on the earth, a solid ground. So let's sing it, shall we? Should we sing it together for the first time? And then we'll do the repeats?
We'll do the repeats.
You want to do repeats first?
Repeats first.
Okay, so we'll do repeats first. So I'll sing, and then Alexis will repeat. Okay, ready? In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. Good. I hope everyone's kind of feeling a little more comfortable with the sign language as we go through it every single day. We still have 2 more days to practice, so don't worry, you'll get it for sure. It took us just a little bit, right, Alexis? It didn't take us too long to actually catch on to all the different signs. I think the trickiest one, for me at least, was the heavens, because it's hard to get all those stairs. And then there's a couple different ways that I've seen heaven done, or some heaven just kind of does swirls in the sky.
That'd be easier.
And then but a lot of times when they're talking about the heaven, instead of not just the sky heaven, but the actual heaven where Jesus is, they had more of a home in heaven. But that's pretty good. So let's review our days of creation that we've learned so far. We have, on day 1, what did God create?
He created light.
That's right. On day 1, God said, "Let there be light." And there was light. And God saw the light that it was
Good.
good. That's the part where you guys put your thumbs up. It was good. And God divided the light from the darkness. You can see a definite division there. And the evening and the morning were the first day. Yeah, today we're on the 4th day, but this is the first day. Good. Now let's go to day 2. So here's day 2. And God said, "Let there be a firmament in the midst of the waters." And the firmament is the sky. And he created that sky in the midst of the waters. And God called the firmament heaven. And the evening and the morning were the second day. And then yesterday we did day 3, where we were really enjoying all of the beautiful creation God's made and all the land. And think of all just the different kinds of land there are. The beaches, the deserts, the meadows, the woods, the rainforests even. So many beautiful, beautiful things that God made. So on day 3, God said, "Let the waters be gathered together in one place, let the dry land appear." And the earth brought forth grass, and herb yielding seed after its kind, and the tree yielding fruit whose seed was in itself after his kind. And God saw that it was good. And the evening and the morning were the 3rd day. So by the end, hopefully you can kind of share some of this story too when you have all your pictures. So today we're going to go over day 4. And on day 4, God made the sun, moon, and stars. So think about that. Think of so with everything we had the light and the darkness, but yet God hadn't quite created a way to have the day and the night. He had the day and the night, but he wanted something to kind of rule over that. So he created the sun to rule over the day and the moon to rule over the night, and so many billions and billions of stars that even There's no man that knows how many stars are in the sky, but who does know the stars?
God. Probably like
God.
a billion plus a billion plus a billion plus a billion plus a billion.
There's so many that we could not even count all the stars, but God has a name for all of those stars. So we're going to get straight to our watercoloring project because we have something, of course, to me, I kind of feel like Maddie Monkey and Chippy Chipmunk and Millie Mouse, how all of them are their favorites. And that's kind of how I feel sometimes. I'm like, oh, they're all my favorites because I'm so excited to do our watercolor painting today. We're going to kind of make a little sunset in the corner and make a night sky. And it's going to be beautiful. So we're going to go ahead and turn around our camera and get going for our watercolor tutorial.
So I'm going to leave it up here.
Let's see. Oops.
You turn it that way.
There we go. All right, so for our watercolors today, we're using very similar things that we've been using. We've got our watercolor paper. We've got our watercolors. We have our paint brushes and water. And, but today we're actually adding on...
Salt.
Yes, we're going to use a little bit salt for our night sky. And yeah, you can use pencils if you want to kind of draw to separate things, but you don't really actually have to use pencils. I have them there for if you want to use them, but I'll probably just kind of play it by ear a little bit. So again, you have options of doing either, the vertical or the horizontal paper. I'm actually going to do mine. Oh, you know what? I can't even decide. I think I'm going to do mine vertical, actually. I think I want to do mine vertical, because I like the idea of having my sun kind of down in the corner here. And I apologize, I'm having a hard time with the, there we go, the screen likes to be stubborn. All right, so we're gonna start actually.
So what are we drawing?
Yeah, so now I'm gonna do a sunset kind of in the corner. So others can choose if you want your sunset in the corner and then it's gonna kind of turn into a night sky up here. Or if you wanna kind of do your sunset right in the middle, and the sunset will be around there and it'll kind of go into your night sky. It's kind of true. So the first thing you have to decide is, where do you want your sun to start?
So basically it's just like a night sky with water?
Well, actually, we're not doing water. It's only going to be a night sky. So actually, even though a lot of times I'll do a sunset with the water, you're actually only going to see the sun. So first you just have to decide, where do you want your sun? And what we're going to do is we're going to use some different colors. So I'm going to use, my sun's going to be kind of on the yellowish side, and then we're going to kind of change the colors to like orange. So my sunset's actually going to be in the corner. So I'm just going to kind of corner off a partial sun down here. But again, you can have yours wherever you'd like. So let's see where Alexis is going to do hers. Where are you going to...
I'm making so basically there's going to be green bushes around here, then the sunset, and then the night sky.
Oh, I see. That's a good idea. So she's going to make a little bit of the land first, and then let her night sky go. Mine's going to just be all sky. So I'm going to start with my sun in the corner, and then we're going to actually just kind of gradually graduate to some different colors for your sunset. So what we'll do... let me move this up a little bit because your shadow's kind of on this. So what I'm going to do is we're going to, again, because we kind of want our colors to kind of blend a little bit, we're just going to take some water and paint some water right above the sunset so that when we do the other colors, they'll really blend well. So we've got you can kind of see how there's just a little thick area of water around there. So now we're going to take, at least I'm going to take orange. You can choose what sunset colors you'd like, but mine's going to kind of be like orange, then reddish and kind of turn to purple, and then the dark night sky. So I'm just going to take the orange here and see how it kind of, as you have the water, it blends it a little bit better. So I'm going to take my orange here, and I'm going to go down into the yellow just a little bit, because as you can see how it kind of blends in with the yellow? It looks really pretty. And then I'm going to switch over to a reddish color. So the red, again, I'm going to start above.
Whoa, the red is so watery.
Yeah, but that's okay. We want it to kind of look watery, because that's how it's going to...
Well, it's
isn't that cool? That's how it'll help blend it together to look like a real sunset. So yep, so you kind of just start at the top and kind of work your way down until you get with the orange. And you actually kind of want to mix that orange in with the red. So then it kind of blends in really well together. Then my sunset's going to end with a little bit of purple in the sky. Here, let's move this. I'm going to move this over here so that it doesn't create such a shadow when you get your water. So it's a little bit dark here today. We have clouds and it's been kind of rainy and such today. So now my top layer in my sunset, I'm going to do purple. And then the purple is what's going to lead into my night sky. So here's my purple.
Basically, I was going to have these be bushes, but then I decided I want them to be like tops of trees.
Oh, that's a good idea too. I like the idea of the tree tops.
No,
So here's my purple.
I think mine's clean enough. I hope I don't contaminate the yellow.
Yep, and there's a couple napkins over there if you wanted to wipe yours off. So here we have our purple ray of the sun, and then I'm just going to pull in a little bit of the red. There, so there's the start of our sunset, or I should say the sunset. And then we're going to work on the night sky next. So as we're moving into our night sky, I'm going to read to you about day 4 from the Bible here. And as Alexa's painting too, we'll kind of watch her paint her sunset while I read our verses for today. And God said, "Let there be lights in the firmament of the heaven to divide the day from the night, and let them be for signs and for seasons and for days and for years." So that's what helps us determine what a day is. The sun rises, the sun sets. Although actually the sun itself is not rising. It's the earth that is rotating around the sun that makes it appear to be setting. The sun actually stays in one spot. "And let them be for lights in the firmament of the heaven to give light upon the earth." And it was so. And God made 2 great lights. We've got our first one here. The greater light to rule the day, which is here the sun. And a little later we'll make the lesser light to rule the night. He made the stars also. And God set them in the firmament of the heaven to give light upon the earth, and to rule over the day and over the night, and to divide the light from the darkness. And God saw that it was good. That's an important part, that it was good. And the evening and the morning were the 4th day. Very good. So now we're going to work on our night sky here. And again, we want our night sky to look a little bit, like the Milky Way looks, where it's a little almost frosty looking. So we're going to start, not like Frosty the Snowman, but frosty. So I actually have, you can use the typical watercolor palette like that, but I have these liquid watercolors that are pretty cool that I'm actually going to use. I've got blue and purple that I want to use, just because I like them because they have a little bit of glitter in them. And actually, they are a fun thing to buy. I bought them at the discount school supply. So they're Colorations liquid watercolors. This is the white one I'll probably use for my stars a little later. But then the others, they have glitter. They have a lot of different kinds of watercolors. And actually, I bought these when Alexis was like 2 years old. And she's 8 now, and we've only used like that much. So they last a long, long time. So I would definitely recommend those. If any of you really like to watercolor, it's a really fun way, because it's already liquid, and you just pour it in a little cup, and a little goes a long way. So for our night sky, we just kind of actually want to wet the whole page, because that'll help it kind of disperse and kind of give that little Milky Way appearance in our night sky. There.
So that's my mini sunset. I'm probably gonna make like the night sky here.
Okay, yeah.
Maybe, I don't know.
Yeah, it's a fun way to experiment, kind of do some different things. Now we've got our whole paper kind of filled with a little bit of water. I'm going to take my purple here just to kind of help it blend into the sunset and the night sky. And I'll give it, oh, God bless you. Oh, God bless you. Yeah, she's a sneezer, aren't you? She's definitely a sneezer. So here we are with the purple part of our night sky. And I know most of you probably go to bed before you see too much of the night sky, but I'm curious, has anybody ever seen a comet or a shooting star? Or did anybody get to see the eclipse a few years back? Do you remember the eclipse, Alexis?
Not really.
Not really? Yeah, I think that was 3 years ago that there was an eclipse, but we got the glasses so we could see it safely. But as you can see, now we've got our kind of the transition from the sunset to the night sky. I'm going to add just a little bit of water to this so I can blend this part a little bit more. But there we go. There's our transition. And now with my night sky, I'm not going to keep doing stripes. I'm actually kind of going to do blobs. So now I'm going to take some blue. And because there's water already on there, you just kind of have to put your blobs on. And you'll kind of let the water do the work. So you'll put some blue blobs on there. And if you want to add in some black, you can also. So I'll probably add, I don't have black glitter, so I'll probably actually add a little bit of black. So there's my blue. We're going to add in some purple dots. And then you just kind of keep adding them, and eventually they are actually going to mix together really well. And we'll just kind of keep adding water. We'll keep adding dots. And this is a fun thing actually to do to make a fun background paper too, is just painting your whole page wet and then just doing some little dots and letting the paints and the water kind of mix it all together for you. So I'm also going to add in a few black dots as well.
Well,
So Alexis, do you have anything that you want to share about the night sky, about some things maybe that you've seen at the night sky?
well, I've seen about maybe like 5 shooting stars when we were going camping.
Every year around her birthday, which is August 11th, the Perseid meteor shower is going on. And so we'll wait up late and we'll go out in the night sky, and where we camp there, you can see the sky a little bit better. And we've gotten to see quite a few shooting stars. And we've seen Jupiter and Mars. We've seen Venus. I think those are the only planets that we've seen outside. So here now I've got some black.
I've seen the moon.
Oh yeah, we definitely have seen the moon like that, and all the cool phases of the moon. And when we put our moon on here a little bit later, that'll be another cool thing to kind of share, is like what phase of the moon. You can have a crescent, you can have the half moon, the full moon. And there's lots of fun nighttime activities too.
How do you like
Right.
my sunset so far?
Oh, that's a really pretty sunset. Very nice. Alexis, what did we do recently that we had to wait until it was dark before we could do?
Oh, right, the outdoor movie.
For her birthday, she wanted to do the outdoor movie. And so we were able to, we had to wait till the night sky came out though, didn't we? That's right. So here now I'm at the point where I'm actually adding water to kind of blend in all of my night sky colors now. So we're just going to keep adding water and keep adding your night sky colors what you want to do. And you can see like mine's kind of got a little too much purple, I think. So I think I might even add in a little bit more of the blue. So you can kind of evaluate your night sky too. And then obviously this is going to take some time to dry for sure before we can paint the moon. Very good. Now, obviously there's more activities to do under the sun than there would be to do under the moon. So what are some of your favorite under the sun activities? What about you, Alexis? What are your favorite under the sun activities?
There's a lot of things.
I'm wondering if anybody at home can share with us some of their favorite under the sun activities. Tell us yours, Alexis. Oh, Marisol saw a constellation. Those are cool to look for in the sky too. What are some constellations that you've seen, Marisol?
I've seen like the Big Dipper, and like I've seen the Big Dipper and the Little Dipper.
Big Dipper and Little Dipper. We saw Orion's belt.
Oh, I forgot about that one.
There's a lot of cool ones. What about the under the sun? What are some activities that you all like to do under the sun?
Well, I really like to climb trees, and I have a little fort under, like, it's technically not a tree, it's more of like a huge bush.
Oh, yep. And you like climbing that. You're big. It's a lilac bush that it's so big, and she likes climbing that. And oh, guess what? James likes to climb trees too. That's one of Alexis's favorite. And we have an apple tree and a magnolia tree that are also really good for climbing, just because they have a low, kind of a low branch in the beginning. Oh, and the reeds like to play on their swings. I know, we need a swing, don't we? Alexis would love to have a swing. And we haven't been going to the park recently either. And it looks like, oh, and also the Payton, is that how you say your last name, Payton? They like to climb as well. Oh, and the reeds like to hang out by their fairy gardens. And in fact, that's where Alexis's favorite climbing tree is by the fairy gardens. Both of them are. Oh, and it looks like Marisol saw the cup and the Big Dipper. Very nice. I know it's fun to look for constellations and shooting stars and the planets. So now my night sky is pretty much complete now. I filled in all the spaces. So one thing you want to do before you add the salt is you really want to make sure it's a thick layer of paint. If there isn't enough paint, the salt won't really have an effect on it. So you just want to make sure it's pretty thick. And mine actually, yep, that's okay. Mine's actually really, really thick. Oh, and Noah likes to go camping. We love camping too. We've been campers for a long time. And in fact, since Alexis, her 3rd birthday was her first family camping trip. And for all her birthdays, we go on a camping trip every year. And then we do a few others too. We like going in the fall.
This one for a week.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Oh, so Payton. Good. I thought that's how it sounded. So there, now I've added a little bit more purple. So look at that cool night sky. Isn't that cool?
It looks like the northern lights in Alaska.
It does a little bit. So we've kind of added just a fun little dimension. So mine's nice and thick. So you just want to make sure your paint is super thick, which I know kids are very good at putting on thick paint. And then what you're going to do...
Yeah, mine's not this kid.
That's okay. What you're going to do now is we're going to sprinkle some salt on your thick paint. So we don't really want salt on your sunset area. But if yours is like mine and Alexis's, our sunsets are dry. So we don't really have to worry about salt getting on our sunset because it won't have any effect. If your paint is dry, the salt won't have any effect on your watercolors. But since ours is very, very wet up here in the night sky. So if you want a lot of kind of little white dots, you want to put a lot of salt. If you want just a little sprinkling, and you won't necessarily see the effect right away. It kind of has to dry. So you're just going to sprinkle the salt all over your page, and you can kind of see the thickness. And you'll see a little bit of the effect. And like where there's more paint, I'm kind of putting a little more salt. So you can see a little bit of the effect, but you'll see more after it dries, that the paint will kind of separate from where the salt is, and it'll make like little white spots that will make it look like stars. That'll be really cool. And I'm going to do one last thing on mine before I let it dry, because I'm noticing I want not quite such a transition from my sunset to my night sky. So I kind of want to just put maybe one more purple, kind of a little purple strip here, like a darker purple at the top here, to kind of connect it a little bit more. So I'm going to do that after I did the salt. And then what we'll do, our moon and stars, I'll give you instructions on how to do it, but you have to do it after the paint dries. So since our paint is going to take a little while to dry because we did it so thick, I'll give you the instructions, and then we'll post later our pictures on how they turned out. So we have all our salt all over, and we're just going to let that dry. And another way you can make some white stars on it too, like we're going to try with the white liquid watercolors, we're going to try that. You could also take white acrylic paint and kind of just flick it on there with like a toothbrush and just kind of rub on the edges to get more white stars if you want, if the salt doesn't give you enough white stars. And then what you do is after it's all dry, you can paint your little moon. Whether you like, I'll probably put a little crescent moon right in my corner is where I'll put mine. And you can use actually white acrylic paint for that. You can use white if you have like a liquid watercolor. You could actually even use glue and put glitter on top of the moon to make the moon. So there's or glitter glue even. So there's a lot of different ways you can make your moon, but we'll have to do that after it dries. So we'll show you ours. We'll post something to show all of that. And our doggy's trying to get the puppets right now. All the puppets are coming ready. So Maddie Monkey is ready to sing. Sing our song. It looks like Polly. Polly, our puppy wants to, she's having fun with, with her too. All right, you ready, Alexis? Or ready, Maddie Monkey? Ready to sing our song? Go ahead, Maddie.
In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth, the heavens and the earth. In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth, the heavens and the
earth. Oh, wow. Nice singing, crew. Wow, that was lovely singing. Hi, Miss Hippo. Oh, hi, Chippy Chipmunk. Hi, Millie Mouse. Hi, Maddie Monkey. Did you all enjoy the story today?
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, we did. We loved it. It was a great story. Day 4 is my favorite. I love the sun, the moon, the stars. They're my favorite. They're so magical. Oh, but I thought the light and the water and the sky and all the plants were your favorite, Chippy. Well, they are. But I guess they're all my favorite. What about you guys?
Me too. Me 3.
Well, I'm very glad you enjoyed the story. Be sure to come back tomorrow and we'll hear about day 5. Bye! Bye, everybody! Bye! Well, bye, everybody. Thanks again for joining us for day 4 of creation. Tomorrow we'll come back for day 5 when we'll see what God put in the sky and the waters. Bye! Bye, everybody!